Today I'm going to show you how to clean and service the K&N Air Filter in my 2013 Mustang GT Premium with a 5-liter engine. Listen, there are a ton of cleaning videos out there. I'm going to talk about the filter as I clean and not give you any crazy nonsense. K&N says, unlike disposable filters, which must be frequently replaced, K&N High-Flow Air Filters are washable, reusable, and engineered to last the life of your vehicle. I'm sold. I love being able to clean and reuse my air filters. If you need help cleaning the air filter on your 2005 through 2014 Ford Mustang with either a V6 or V8, or really most any car or light truck, you're going to find this video useful. This video is part of my oil change series. I have many other videos showing general automotive work, modifications, and tips. If you find this video helpful, consider subscribing and watching the other videos. To subscribe, just click the Stiles Automotive icon in the lower right of the screen. I have a K&N air filter in each one of my vehicles, including my Kawasaki ZX-10R. I usually clean my air filter as part of an oil change. Not each oil change, but I'll pull out the filter and inspect it. K&N says once per year or more often if in a dirty environment. They would say I clean my filters too often. Air filters that fit in the factory air box can go up to 50,000 miles before cleaning is required, at least under normal highway driving conditions. Let's look at the filter for a minute. It has a seal around the perimeter made of silicone or similar polymer, which stays soft for a long life and means that it'll have a good seal. Its filter media is made of cotton or a cotton base. We'll talk more about this later. And it has a wire mesh to hold everything in place. To clean the filter, you either need a recharger cleaning kit. This comes from K&N Filters with the oil and the cleaner in it. Or you can buy the cleaner and the oil in larger quantities. They have different size containers. Step 1, apply the K&N Power Clean. Liberally spray the Power Clean filter cleaner onto both sides of the filter and allow it to sit for 10 minutes. Do not allow the cleaner to dry on the air filter. Here's another tip. K&N Filter doesn't recommend this, but if your filter is really dirty and has a lot of small particles in it, this is the F-150 filter. It operates in a much dirtier environment than my Mustang GT. Notice all the little seeds and things, leaf particles that are in it. To get those out, I'll take it and drop it from about a foot. This works for the flat filters, the stock type replacement filters that are flat. Take it and drop it from about a foot. Make sure it lands squarely on the paper. Notice all the junk that's coming out of it. And I'll do that before I use the filter clean. So notice all the little particles that are starting to come out of it by doing that. And if I keep doing that until I get them all out, then I'll clean it with the filter clean. When you do this, you want to be careful that you don't deform your wire screen. See how it's been contacting the wire screen? Right here, it's shiny. So it's taking the dirt off the wire screen. That's the only non-recommended tip that I'm going to give you. The reason I do that is because it can be a pain to flush out these big particles sometimes. You can flush it several times and the big particles will stay in the filter. Step 2, rinse your filter with low pressure water. Notice, dirty side, clean side. Rinse your filter with low pressure water from the clean side out in order to flush the dirt out of the filter. Continue to rinse the filter until the water runs clear. It may be necessary to repeat steps 1 and 2. You don't want to rinse from your dirty side. You don't want to rinse from the dirty side to the clean side because you're washing the particles through the filter then. What you want to do is wash from the clean side to the dirty side so you get those particles out and away from the filter. You don't want to push them through the filter media. Allow your filter to dry naturally. I usually prop up my filter against something so it helps it drain. It'll all flow out the bottom. After rinsing your filter, allow the filter to dry naturally. Do not apply oil until the filter is completely dry. Don't use compressed air or heat. It takes a while to properly clean and re-oil your filter. If you're in a hurry, then don't do it. Let your filter be dirty and clean it another day. Personally, if I was in a hurry cleaning my filters, I'd buy a second filter, put the clean filter in the car, and then clean the dirty filter whenever, and then store the clean one. While I prop up the filter in a place that's warm and dry and can get air around it. People are sometimes critical of this air filter. People say, if it flows more air, does that mean more dirt will get through the filter? Or they hold it up to the light, often with no oil in it, and say, look, it is so open it can't possibly filter the air. Well, K&N says laboratory tests utilizing ISO 5011 test protocols demonstrate that most K&N air filters achieve overall filtration efficiencies in the range of 97 to 99%. The ability of an air filter to protect an engine is generally measured in accordance with laboratory testing procedure ISO 5011. K&N air filters are subject to ISO 5011 testing involving coarse and fine test dust, and the test results are measured by a specific air filtration efficiency number. K&N filters are designed to provide exceptional airflow while simultaneously targeting an overall filtration efficiency that meets or exceeds OEM standards. So K&N is saying they're better than what Ford puts in the car. Disposable filters are barrier filters which act as a physical barrier to dust particles. Once the dust particles cover a pore in the media, air can no longer flow through that space. K&N air filters absorb dirt and dust particles instead of physically blocking them. This allows the pores in the filter media to continue flowing air. So yeah, I believe they're a great filter. To clean the filter box, just prop it open with an old scrap piece of wood. This is where you could use the harsh cleaners if you want to down in here, but I used to use a regular ammonia based window cleaner. Cleans it good enough. Or you could use, again, Dawn dishwashing soap and water down in here. Make sure you dry it out completely. It has a drain hole in the bottom of it, but I usually wipe it out with a paper towel and then an old t-shirt to make sure it's perfectly clean. Notice it's pretty dirty, but that's what you want. You want it to collect down in that box, not in the filter. The bottom of that filter box is designed to help the big particles drop out of the air before it gets into the filter. To get the air box perfectly clean, you can use compressed air, but make sure you use a rag up in the air inlet or use a vacuum to clean it out. Once I have the filter box perfectly clean, I use a little bit of the filter oil on a rag and I wipe down the inside of the box and leave a light film of the oil on the box. That'll help any of the material that drops out of the air before it hits the filter to stay in the bottom of the filter box instead of getting up into the filter. I just try to hit every surface so it's all shiny and tacky. Just a light film of oil. That makes an exceptionally clean filter box. Make sure you don't forget to remove your rag. Notice the appearance of the filter media after the filter has dried. It has turned white or a light pink. Step 4. Apply the K&N filter oil. The oil comes in either an aerosol spray or a squeeze bottle. When using the oil squeeze bottle, apply the oil evenly along the crown of each of the pleats. Allow the oil to wick for approximately 20 minutes, then touch up any light area on either side of the filter until there is a uniform red color in all areas. When using the oil aerosol spray, spray the oil evenly along the crown of each pleat while holding the nozzle about 3 inches away. Allow the oil to wick for 20 minutes, touch up any light areas on either side of the filter until there's a uniform red color. Now, when I originally purchased my oil kit, I got an aerosol spray, and then later I purchased a gallon of the oil. So I don't have an applicator, so I use this old bottle, spray bottle. So I didn't confuse it with anything else because it has the filter oil in it. I quickly hit it with some black paint and then put a sticker on it. But it applies the same way. You just spray it on, holding it about 3 inches away. Be careful not to apply too much the first time. You can always go back and add more after it's soaked. So I just applied this, so it hasn't soaked all the way through yet. So I'm going to let this sit for about 20 minutes, and then I'm going to go back and reapply. So first time pass, you don't have to put too much. You can always add more later based on the color of the filter. That's been about 20 minutes. So yeah, I'm going to go back and touch it up. See the light spots? So I didn't get enough filter oil on these spots. So I'm going to hit that again with a little more oil. So let's take another look at it. It's been about 20 more minutes. Yeah, so now it's a nice even coating. It's a consistent pink or consistent red color on all the pleats, so I'm happy with that. It's ready to be reinstalled in the car. Well, that concludes the video. I hope that you found it useful, and if you did, let me know in the comments, and please subscribe. Again, this is part of my engine oil change video, and in that we're going to talk about some other topics. We're going to look at belts and hoses. We're going to inspect belts and hoses. We're going to check fluids. We're going to remove the battery and clean the battery terminals, clean the battery tray. We're going to lube other parts of the car. Again, if you found it useful, please subscribe. Let me know in the comments. Give me a thumbs up.